the beach towels.
Yeah, the
bath
technology
towels.
I'm using is towels all over the wall. But
Yeah, and they're catching all the heat, Seba. I hate to say,
I guess they're catching the heat.
Not unlike a dream catcher.
Well, I mean, I guess it is unlike a dream catcher. Doesn't a dream catcher just let the dreams go right through? No, it does. It does catch it.
Doesn't it take them, grab them?
I guess it grabs them and doesn't let them get away. I don't know exactly what a dream catcher does. I had one in my old apartment, and it was in the room when I moved in.
Jesus.
And I did not like the idea of it catching my dreams. Those are my dreams. You will let them go into the ether as they may. Do not catch them. So I moved that over to the wall. I figured, because you're supposed to keep it by the window, is my understanding. Moved over to the wall, because I don't want it catching my dreams.
Yeah.
Those dreams belong to the universe.
So you make them, and then you send them out there. You don't want someone else to gain ownership of them.
Well, I feel like the catcher stops them from going out into the universe.
Doesn't it stop like just the bad juju in those dreams, or does it take it all?
Hold on. Are the dreams coming from the world and going into my mind? And so you put it by the window to keep the bad dreams from coming into my mind?
I think it's to keep your bad energy from getting out there into the world.
I don't want to keep it here. Let that bad energy go away.
You throw the dream catcher out. You don't keep someone else's dream catcher just sitting in your room.
Because it's full of dreams.
Full of who knows what dreams.
I mean, hopefully that's true. They might be full of like dreams of demons and wars.
Dirty dreams.
Ooh, now that's intriguing.
No
Maybe I do want to catch some of these dreams. Tap into that.
Tap into everybody else's dreams through that dream catcher. Put it in your roommate's room. See what they're dreaming about.
See, but how do you check up on a dream catcher? This is all hooey.
The technology isn't there yet, but the dreams
are being caught. They're being held.
We know that for a fact.
Okay.
Do you think that because you moved it away from your window, is that catching other people's dreams? Or you kind of, it's like Wi-Fi. Are you picking up your roommate's dreams?
I guess it could technically be picking up like my next door neighbors' dreams if they go through the walls. But I don't think the whole point is the window, right? Because you don't want your dreams flying out the window or dreams flying in through the window. I feel like the dreams are generated from your mind, not some outside place.
Yeah, but I feel like dreams can also know no bounds. They're not going to be stopped by some drywall. They're not going to be stopped by
how about brick wall?
Dreams.
What about lead?
Dreams will find a way.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this: a lot of my dreams have died, so I don't know how well that dream catcher really worked. It didn't catch them and send them back. We weren't playing catch. It was like me playing catch. It just hit me and fell to the ground. There was no back and forth with that dream catcher.
Well, I feel we're doing something wrong. I mean, I've never had a dream catcher. They freak me out. I don't know what they're doing, and it feels like witchcraft.
Exactly.
And I don't want that around.
Sounds like bad juju, and I don't want none of it.
So
Matthew, speaking of witchcraft,
yeah,
you told me that you were in the forest this week.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that you were doing some kind of Blair Witch Project excursion.
Some real sinister stuff.
What were you up to out there in the forest?
Well, we were just
woods.
camping. It was just camping.
Oh.
And I'm a little sad that I didn't have enough room to bring all of the stuff I wanted to bring, because the first thing I had to cut out was the goat head.
See, I just, when you said that, I knew that there would be a number of useless items coming along with you. And when you said you weren't able to bring everything you wanted to, I knew there were going to be a whole bunch of things that did not need to go camping with you. I love that the first thing you listed was a goat head.
Well, that's the first thing I had to cut out.
Okay.
So not enough room. When I get my own, truck and I can load it up with all my stuff.
Sure.
Goat head's going in, front seat. But that goat head would have played such a key role in my fun this weekend, because you wait till people fall asleep and then you just go out there and you shuffle around their tent, you stick the snout in.
I wasn't that far off when I thought you were doing some Blair Witch shit. But you're like, no, just camping. No, you want to bring a goat and terrify people with a demonic goat head.
I feel like that, yeah. I mean, the goat head was also going to be... they have this fire ban thing. You can't have a fire after a certain time now. But we figured, you got this teenager walking up to you saying, hey, no fires after 11 o'clock. If they come up to you, because there's a little fire ban...
What the hell? Why is there a time limit on fire?
Well,
What, they're worried that you're keeping people up with the fire?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because they told us, hey, no fires after 11 because it's been real dry around here. So we have to, the county has put a fire ban down. And I'm thinking, it's like, at first it's like, oh, well, that's too bad, but okay. And it's like, wait, well, what is fire's more prone to happen after 11 p.m.? No.
If anything, the fire would spread easier during the hot daytime.
Yeah. It's like, no, you just want people to be quiet. You want people to be quiet after 11. And
there's a noise ban. There isn't a fire ban.
Yeah.
That's bull.
Well, we got on until about 2 anyway before we just they came by at 11:30 and then said at your earliest convenience. No, they said please put that fire out as soon as possible.
Okay. It's very different than your earliest convenience. Convenience, I feel like you could really stretch. Like, no, man, my hot dogs aren't done yet. They still have all kinds of sticks and marshmallows. It's not convenient yet.
But but when I had to ask, because they said do it at ASAP, and I was like, wait, did they say do it ASAP? Did they say do it ASAP, or did they say do it as soon as possible? And they said do it as soon as possible. I was like, okay, well, I'll do it as soon as possible, but it's not going to be possible for a while.
How so?
Because I'm enjoying the fire.
Well, it's not convenient, but it is possible. It is totally possible for you to grab a shovel and start dumping dirt on that sucker. Matthew, you are a scout master. You know how to build a bonfire and not let it turn it into a brush fire.
Well, I'm not a scout master. I don't want to be clear about that.
You're what are you, a scout leader? Where are you in the hierarchy again?
No, just an avid. I'm a scouting enthusiast, I'd say at this point, because I haven't been involved in scouting in quite a while.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you are a master scout.
I don't have the hat.
Now, I wish people could hear my face right now. So, Matthew, here's a question. When you were looking at the menu at Hamburger today, were you intimidated?
Very much so. Well, I was looking at the specialty burgers at first. I didn't even know they had non-special burgers.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really take a good look at the specialty burgers because I feel like in the past maybe I've gone too special with my specialty burgers, and I wanted to try a very standard sort of burger here at Hamburger because I knew I wouldn't have another crack at it. So, what was on the specialty burger menu?
Oh man, there were a lot of portobello caps, which I was like, no, not for me. A lot of different cheeses. There was some goat cheese, I believe.
Oh,
I don't hate goat cheese. Not on my burger. Don't want it on my burger. And the Kobe beef. There was some what is it? Fancy fancy.
There was fancy sauce. Fancy sauce. Yeah. I love that you saw fancy sauce, and it may be something else, but when I saw it, I just thought, oh, that's from Step Brothers, where Will Ferrell's mother mixes mustard and mayonnaise for him, and they call that fancy sauce. And
now that's all I can think of.
Well, I sure hope it is that.
Yeah, but it was spicy fancy sauce, too.
Well, yeah, you put a little Tabasco or something in there and really fire up that fancy sauce. Oh, yeah, fiery fancy sauce.
So it was a lot of that. It was a lot of almost a good burger, and then they would throw in a few extra things that I was like, don't want that. Don't want these mushrooms. Don't want this fanciness. Don't want this Asian beef or whatever they're calling it.
Kobe beef. Yeah.
There we go.
It's a good quality beef. That's not
but they were charging a little too much.
Okay.
And spending $50 a week. We're getting into $200 a month on burgers here.
This podcast is a major investment.
Yeah.
And I hope that the listeners are appreciating how much time and money that we are putting into this free show for you.
Yeah.
You, fair listener. Yeah, you, right now.
Just the one.
Well, I mean, they are most probably listening to it alone.
Yeah, you don't listen to it with a group.
However, I wouldn't mind if people listen to it as a group.
It would bring our numbers down.
I guess it would bring our numbers down, but that's fine because people would be introduced to the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are you having a family barbecue, a dinner sometime soon? Why not play Kiddo and Janko Wednesdays at lunch, Burger Edition, and introduce your mother to podcasting? Maybe she'll find this show compelling and delightful, and we'll get new subscribers that way too.
Yeah, that's a real good idea. You know, you're going to a wedding this summer. Go up there. DJ's taking requests. He might not have one of our podcasts on his list. Just plug in a little USB key. Tell him, hey, play one of these. It's going to get the crowd going. Hour later, you got yourself a party, I'm sure.
That's right. You've got people are going to be having. They'll be rolling in the aisles, laughing, thinking that this wedding food is fine, probably a little too expensive, but it's no Wendy's burger.
Exactly. Don't play the Wendy's episode though.
That was an okay one.
Didn't get well. You know what? It might boost the ratings on that one.
Yeah. Let's get those numbers up.
Yeah. Play them the Picks episode.
Play the show for a captive audience.
Capture them if you need.
Capture them, put them in a cage if you need to, and then have them. And we're past 24 episodes. That means you could probably play this show for a full day loop.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you have a captive audience, let them listen to the show. I'm sure they won't mind being captured if they have a great entertainment like this.
I feel like Stockholm Syndrome might also work for, listening to this podcast. You listen to it enough, you start to fall in love with it. You don't ever want to leave it.
And they'll definitely be hungry afterwards.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah. So we've gotten way off track here, Matthew. You were talking about building a fire at camp. What was the point of this? Where were we going?
They did have that fire ban, and I was saying I probably was not so much for the actual being wary of fire.
This is the sound.
Though I thought, hey, I'm going to light this whole forest on fire.
Now we're talking.
This whole county is going to up in flames.
I'm going to burn it down.
Try to put that out. While you're out trying to put it out, I'm going to roast my marshmallow. I'm going to cook my hot dog. I'm going to enjoy myself.
There you
camping.
Go. Now this reminds me. I went to the movie theater this week.
Oh yeah.
I went and saw Ghostbusters. Enjoyed the film. What I didn't enjoy was the whole movie theater experience these days. It wasn't just that day, and it wasn't just that theater, but more in general. Now, I'm upset about a lot of things at the movie theaters. One, soda, popcorn. You're paying like $20 for like an M&M's, some popcorn, and a soda. That's obscene. Because if you buy those things at the grocery store, of course they're going to be cheaper. Of course they're making some of their money on that. But the price difference is, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's not just inflation. And
no.
And now I go to the movie theater. I buy my popcorn, buy my soda, get some peanut M&Ms because that's how I roll. Sit down. Oh, movie's supposed to start at 4:15? Boom, I'm here at 4:15. Now what do I get? I get car commercials. I get cough syrup commercials. I get TV commercials.
Yeah.
Now, when we were younger, Matthew, you go to movie theaters, they may run commercials, but by the time the movie is supposed to start, trailers are rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting that Cineplex Odeon. Or was that just Odeon sound? I don't know. Whatever. It's not the point. You'd get that sound. Get ready for your movie. THX experience.
Oh, yeah.
And get some trailers. Let's get rolling with the movie.
Yeah.
Now we get like 5-10 minutes of TV ads played at the theater when the movie when we should already be rolling. Followed by another like 2-minute long commercial about the movie theater I'm at. Oh, there's a girl. She has a snowman. They have good memories together. Now she's older and she remembers her snowman. So she goes, finds that snowman in a freezer for some crazy reason, and like watches a movie with her snowman. This is insane. Why am I watching this? Like, oh yeah, maybe the first time I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's kind of warm-hearted or whatever.
Yeah.
But after you see it one time, anytime you go to the movies again for the next 2 years, you're watching the same really not great cartoon.
Yeah.
About the movie theater you're in. Yeah, I know where I am. It's okay. I don't want to watch this 2-minute cartoon again. I know where I am. You don't need to keep hammering it in. I've got a membership card to this chain. Stop it. Why did you tell me to get here for 4:15 if I got to wait a half hour before the movie starts? You're wasting my time. They're really pushing the fact that they have a captive audience. I'm paying too much to get into the movie theater. Now I have to go sit through, ads for other products, ads for themselves, when they've already sold me on themselves Because I'm here.